Can the Legends 2024 festival be saved?
No.
But what if they released one of these three things? A Game Originals Ultra, a Ultra Legendary Finish, or an Ultra like we get every single year, but they double it, so we get two. I think any of these variations of releases for the finale of the festival will have a chance. So let's talk about it. Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, the festival is a complete downer right now, man. The meta is a mess, the unit release options are a mess, and honestly, everybody's feelings towards the festival can't be super high. It just can't be. Maybe if you're a new player, you might feel like,
hey, I got the new characters, so it's all fine.
But boy, if you've been playing for more than 2 years, there's so many reasons why this festival is not great. But the festival isn't over yet, and there's a big chance that we could see something that would turn it around. I said a big chance, but I was really lying. They're gonna have to pull off a masterclass to switch it up. But I wanted to have a brief discussion based on those things that could release. So let's get into this. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that we haven't got a Game Originals yet. So if they drop one, it's most likely going to be an Ultra, or if the Ultra is just a plain character that we've seen already or something new that we already just don't have in an Ultra form. You know, there's probably going to be a Legends Limited after, but the most unlikely and most shocking scenario would be that they don't drop a Game Originals at all this Legends festival. So they dropped one last year and they go a whole year with no Game Originals since. Yes, they did drop like what, these story characters, but I'm talking a premium Legends Limited. Premium Game Originals, we've got Goku and Bardock and they're just surrounded by bums. You know, they got a plat this year. Was that supposed to be the buff for the Game Originals tag this year, just their plat? That's a disrespect in my opinion. But even these guys, you know, they fumbled the blue on Charlotte. Saiyan and Red, pack him up. Zaha, pack him up. This Giblet, I guess he can be decent. Bulma and all of these guys down here, just pack them up. Forget about it, man. Just forget about it. So if we're really thinking about the Game Originals option, is it going to be an Ultra or is it going to be a Legends Limited after, similar to how they dropped Omega Shenron after Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in a after party sense? But the thing is with the festival, unlike the anniversary, because it's at the end of the year, they do the New Year's celebration stuff. So is it going to be a new Legends Limited during the New Year's stuff going on, while there's also, you know, the New Year's happy bags and things like that? I know the banners for like Vegito and Rose, they end at like the 15th of January, but that's not out of the ordinary for festivals anyways. So for them to slide a banner in there would be interesting. But even outside of that, you know, the battle hour is only a couple days after those banners disappear. So if we look at it for what it is, it's most likely that they drop another banner during January. Then there's all these other factors that you might want to consider. We've got Daima that could possibly get involved, with Vegeta going to fight Tamagami 2 soon, and God knows how fast they're going to get to Tamagami 1. Majin Ku, he's not the greatest, but who knows, he might get extra transformation or something. So there's all these factors that we have to consider, and honestly, this tag is just not it. But let me bring up one thing that I haven't mentioned yet. So I had this full screen so I could hide it, but we have extra characters, right? We have so many arts of Giblet in the game that they could easily drop as a release, free to play of course, because it's a story mode character. I don't see them making a premium story mode character that you have to summon for, because if you can use it in the story mode to then make us summon Chrono Crystals for it, I just don't see that being the case, especially when it's a Game Originals, not something just invented by them, but something for the intention of the story. We got this Giblet art here, we've got this one here, and I'm specifically using these two because he's Super Saiyan God, right? But this one just says Giblet, which is interesting, and this one says Super Saiyan God Giblet. This one is also Super Saiyan God Giblet, but with his dark key, so it gives him that extra nice kind of purplish glow to his hair. It's really nice in my opinion, this one here. His art looks very familiar, but I can't put my finger on who has an art like this. Someone let me know in the comment section. I might remember it while I'm editing, but it just looks super familiar. And then we also have Chalet. The only reason I say Chalet is because I have a British accent. So if I'm saying Charlotte, it sounds like I'm saying Charlotte, as in the main character, but this is the fusion. So I just say that to distinguish the two. Chalet over here is someone that people have been theorizing is going to drop. If this guy dropped as an Ultra Game Originals, that might be crazy. I think he'd be a really good free-to-play though, for sure. But I just hope they make him good. We haven't got a free-to-play Ultra in a long time, and I wouldn't want them to just give us another like Gohan or Trunks. I'd prefer this guy to be a Game Originals Ultra. We would be like the first one Game Originals with a Ultimate Arts, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think any of these guys have an Ultimate Arts. These guys definitely don't have an Ultimate Arts. Blue card here, blue card. Yeah, so they could actually cook up here if they drop this guy as a free to play. But you know, it's just the idea that is a thing. It's quite interesting what they're doing here. Are they gonna do game originals like 2023 GT, not drop a game originals for the whole years? Who knows? But I'm in favor of an ultra of this guy. But if they don't, then we'll discuss the possibility of a ultra. You know, it'd be an ultra game originals. That's something really custom. God knows what, but I think the main thing in the air would be a MUI Goku and a Beast Gohan. I didn't want to talk about it too much, but you know, the idea's been in the air for a minute now because of the trailer that they dropped for the 2024 festival where they clashed the manga reference. They're not going to drop a manga character, but they're going to take the superhero Beast Gohan and the Tournament Power MUI Goku and put them together on a tag unit. That's what it would be if they went for a game originals. They can't do manga characters. Next up, we got the idea for ultra legendary finish. Now, the first thing you should ask is, if we get this, who deserves it first? That is already a big question. A big question. But let's get back to that in a second. This image here has been floating around the Dragon Ball Legends community for years and is really just a copium type of thing. But there is some backing behind this as an idea. So let me tell you what it is. So if you go to the character selection, let's say you're in Legends, right? The thing you want to know is that rarities and Legends Limited or Legendary Finish, whatever you want to call it, they are not equivalent. They're not equal. So you can get a hero that is also a Legends Limited. It doesn't exist. You can get an Extreme that could be a Legend Limited, but it doesn't exist. We obviously have Sparking Legend Limiteds. Now, all of these guys are the ones that we have in-game, with the most recent being these two. So in the same way I mentioned Hero and Extreme, we could have an Ultra Legends Limited. You can check in the game, they're put under different segments because Legends Limited is not a rarity. In the same sense that Zenkais are not a rarity, if we got to that point in the game, we could easily get, don't know why, but Zenkai Heroes. We've already got Zenkai EXs, hero them. And then we've got obviously the Zenkai Sparkings, we've got regular Sparking Zenkais, and then we also have Legends Limited Sparking Zenkais, and then Ultras at some point will probably get Zenkais when they're really outdated, but currently they're just rolling out plats for them. So you can see they're very much separated, which makes it possible to get an Ultra Legendary finish. Now back to this conversation, if we was going to get an Ultra Legendary finish, who would the character be? And I've thought about this quite a while, but I really think the person who deserves it most, and I don't think people will be happy about it, but it should be Namek Goku. Super Saiyan Goku. Just take us back to the jump, reset, you know. If it's another Fusion Warrior, I think people will heavily complain. We've got almost every variation of an Ultra for the Fusion Warriors. We've got almost every variation in them of Legends Limited, and they're just adding transformations and stuff. I guess we don't have Super Goji as a Legends Limited, but we have him as a revival, you know. They've ran through all the super hype options. They've even got Ultra UI Sign. We've got MUI LF unit. We've got UI Sign, the purple one. We've got Rev Sign. They ran through all the super hype units, right? We have a free-to-play Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, and we've got 2 Legends Limited Super Saiyan Gokus. So with that, it's 3 premium Super Saiyan Gokus. If they were going to reset this, I think Super Saiyan Goku just fits it super well, you know. They give us the premium of the first Ultra they released, so that would increase his value. It'd be super nice. You know, they already have so many duplicates of Legend Limiteds, so duplicates of Ultras are not unrealistic, and we don't get the similar taste of what we've been getting this whole time. However, I don't think that's likely, just based on the themes that have been spread around this festival in general. We're stuck with the future stuff, the diamond stuff. And recently, I believe they picked up some movie stuff with the Super Gogeta Plat. They put Janemba on a raid, I believe. They put back Fusion Zamasu for a raid as well, I think. Or co-op, correct me if I'm mistaken. So it doesn't even look like they're going to drop a Super Saiyan Goku. But goddamn, I think he would be the most fitting character. But if you was to tell me who would be the most likely, just looking at the colors of this, obviously this is a concept. But if you just look at the colors of an Ultra, I think that's super fitting of like MUI, you know, Just make it MUI. Regardless, I think it should be a Goku. That's my main pushing point. It should be a Goku and not just a Fusion Warrior like we've been getting year in, year out. But of course, this is just speculation. I don't actually think we're going to get this. This image has been floating the internet, I think, for about 2 years, you know. So let's just wrap this conversation up. But if we do get this, I think this is something that could save the festival, quote unquote. It would increase the bar, and that's what we're looking for in this festival. Right, so the last one I want to bring up here is the possibility of 2 ultras. They could drop the normal ultra that they do. It's just a character we haven't got yet, or a variation of a character that we haven't got yet. But instead of dropping just 1, they decide to drop 2. Now, I've brought up all the Legends Limiteds that we've ever got here. So this is all of them. All of the Legends Limiteds that we have in Dragon Ball Legends. And looking at it, there was a certain point where they felt it was a good idea to drop 2 Legends Limiteds at once. And I think that turning point was when they dropped this Gogeta Blue and the Broly. I believe they dropped those guys together at the same time, simultaneous. And then moving forward from here, they really felt that it was like, yeah, we should start doing this more. So we've got Gogeta Blue and Legends Limited Super Saiyan Broly. The Broly movie, I was gonna say the Gogeta movie. It might as well be though. They dropped those 2 guys simultaneously. Then they also dropped this guy here, G4, with Corrupted Zamasu simultaneously. And then if we move a bit forward, we got the Blue Bros and the Sword of Hope Trunks release at the same time. And then I think if we move even more forward, we don't have any other Legends Limiteds at the same time until they drop the Gammas and Orange Piccolo. We've got Evo Ken and Beast. We've got we're already at 6th anniversary. The Fusion Warriors, which were insane. Then they even dropped these 2. So now they're dropping 2 parts with 2 Legends Limited together. And they've even done the same thing this festival where they dropped these 2 together and then they dropped these 2 together. But the point I'm trying to make is, when they were dropping Legends Limiteds originally, it was like once in a while, then it became once every month, then after that it became, alright, we're going to drop 2 at these major celebration points, which is already insane, by the way, because they're not giving us as much Chrono Crystals as we need. So there's going to be a point there to reach where they would eventually decide, oh, we need to drop 2 Ultras because we need to increase the bar. What's the requirement for that? That I don't know. They could also go another way about it. If it's not 2 Ultras that they're going to release that are new, they could drop 2 Ultras on one banner because the Ultra rates are crazy. I don't hope they do that, but they could. And then outside of that, they could also just put old Ultras on new Ultra banners, but I also don't hope they do that, really and truly. Actually, they could do that, but the issue is, if I put an old Ultra on a new Ultra banner, I'll just be fuming. There's nothing bad with that in reality. Anyways, let's go to the Ultras that we have now that we've looked at them increasing the bar previously. That's going to be a major topic in this video if you haven't noticed already, or it already is. If they were going to drop 2 Ultras, what would they be? And I'm thinking they would go the antagonist-protagonist route. You know, we have quite the mix of Ultras. They gave us a lot of powerful opponents, but there's also a lot of like heroes in a sense. So we got Omega, he's a powerful opponent. Broly, powerful opponent. Rosie, powerful opponent. Hit is a powerful opponent. Golden Frieza, powerful opponent. Teleport, powerful opponent. Gen number 2. Then we've got all these like heroes in a sense, besides from like Vegeta. I'd say he's like in the middle, but Goku, Gogeta, Goku, Gogeta, UI, Gohan, G4, you know, and this guy's in the middle. Vegeta always in the middle, man. Pick a side. Anyways, if they were going to drop something for this year in 2024. You know, with the Fusion Zamasu returning as a co-op or raid antagonist, I could easily see him potentially getting an Ultra, because really and truly, you guys know me, I am against Fusion Zamasu as an Ultra standalone. But if they drop 2 Ultras, they can do that. If we go back to the Legends Limited, right, let me show you that. They've actually dropped, for example, G4 and Corrupted Zamasu. When they dropped those 2 guys, they went with the antagonist hero approach, and it worked out. They've done it with the Gogeta and Broly antagonist hero approach, and it works out, you know. So they could easily drop Fusion Zamasu, who would be the less popular guy, and then they put someone like MUI, Goku, Beast, Gohan, Orange Piccolo on the protagonist side, and it would work out. I'm not exactly for 2 Ultras. If I had to pick, I would say it's more likely we get a Game Originals Ultra, like as the top, because Ultra banners are already similar to Game Originals banners, and the only difference is Ultra banners don't have a pity. After that, I'd say 2 ultras is more likely. Then after that, I'd say an ultra legendary finish is least likely out of all the 3 options that we have in this video. But that powerful opponent protagonist approach works, in my opinion. We even have it here with Vegito and Gogeta. I mean, I said Gogeta. Vegito and Rose. I was thinking of the anniversary. That's why I said Vegito and Gogeta. Vegito and Rose, protagonist, antagonist type of approach. So I can easily see them doing that if they were going to drop 2 ultras, as it gives them the opportunity to drop something that is slightly less hype. With the Rose, everybody clearly wanted Zamasu because we've already got so many Roses for one, or Rose just exists. He's very relevant in the game. Fusion Zamasu has less representation, so it would make more sense. Anyways, I'm just rambling. I'm sure you guys get the point. It's just the point we need to find where they would decide to increase the bar to make Dragon Ball Legends go further. But then 2 ultras will become very, very relevant, and you'll be like, oh no. Well, hopefully only in the celebration. Now, just to end the discussion, if you haven't picked up the main core of this video, besides from the fact that we want the festival to be saved, the whole idea is about increasing the bar of the festival. In this festival, we've got nothing different from the previous festival. We got 2 Legends Limiteds in part 1. Fair enough, they gave us a Game Originals last year, but that's increasing the bar because it's different. This year, they just gave us another 2 Legends Limited. And also, there's the sour taste of Majin Buu Saga lingering around because of Ultra Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, Ultimate Gohan, Evil Majin Buu, and all the other Zenkais that came with that team. So overall, the feeling of the festival is more on a down because they haven't done anything different, especially with events. There wasn't even chance time this year. They've been really content with the quality that they put out last year, and maybe even gone lower in what they released this year because we didn't even get a Game Originals with custom animations. But ultimately, if they went with any of these 3 ideas, I think it'll be a step forward for them to increase the bar this festival. Now, would it save the festival? It also depends on the execution with the units, their presentation. We haven't got anything super fancy, no orchestra, no light show. Even in the 6th anniversary, they were doing loads with the drifting and stuff. So there's potential here that they could easily put out, but it seems like they're holding back for some reason. Possibly because of Daima, it might be budgeting issues, who knows. But this is easily one of the most underwhelming festivals we've ever been in. Maybe not the most, but we can see by the numbers, they are not top grossing in any country, and that says a lot when they usually do get top grossing during the festival. Maybe they might for the month of December with the Ultra release, but again, it's all about increasing the bar. They can't just release something that they've already released. Fair enough, the players that play the game religiously would summon, but it's not gonna garner a majorly large audience that don't play Dragon Ball Legends, creating a new environment in the Dragon Ball Legends space. I don't think anything I've said here is out of the norm. I think most of you guys will agree, but in the comment section, let me know your opinion. Please voice it, as I will be checking. As we all know, this festival has been super lackluster. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I think most people will be leaning towards the fact that the festival can't be saved, but I know people are bound to switch up if they drop something insane. At some points, it's easy to have faith in Legends because they just seem to not be able to miss. In the anniversary, they went crazy starting it off like that. And there's other periods of times where they've really just cooked. The Super 17 reveal in the Battle Hour, Ultra Vegito Blue's release, 2021 festival with Sword of Hope Trunks and Blue Bros. They are able to perform at a high level, so it just really pains me when they release slop like this. I'm not literally calling it bad, but it's just not a higher quality product. We're just getting the same quality, even lower quality in some people's eyes. That's just not good enough, man. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.